Good morning. I want to chat with you about Social Security payments. And, you're young, you're middle-aged, you're old, you're not even thinking about Social Security yet. You're already been on it for a while. I want to share what just happened to me with my new, signing up for Social Security, thinking everything was all good to go. And I think it's really important, to share this with you. So that's why I'm out here in the freezing cold this morning to get this shared with you, because it's really super important and you're going to find this bizarrely interesting, okay? Welcome to Goose Pond Hideout with Rob. Da 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 da. So, this time of the year is the open enrollment for Social Security, and I got going just in the this year, and I thought that you just sign up and everything's good to go, right? And I'm not going to get into the make this all mathy or anything. I'm just going to use broad generalizations, but I am going to share what's happened to me this year. Social Security has or Medicare. You sign up for your Social Security when you get of age, and then you get a bulk payment from Social Security. But you don't actually get that much money. It's just like having a job, and you have your gross hourly pay, but when your check comes at the end of the week, it's always a lot less because they take stuff out. And Medicare is the big thing that, they take out of your Social Security. And there's 4 parts to Medicare: A, B, C, and D. All right. A is the hospitalization, and everybody gets that. And then your Part B you pay for, and it goes up every year, just like everything else goes up. And this year in 2024, in round numbers again, so Medicare Part B was $174. And then for 2025, it's going up to $185, which interestingly is almost a 6% increase. It's 5.9 and change, so 6%. But yet the cost of living adjustment for Social Security, what they call COLA, C-O-L-A, COLA, cost of living adjustment, is 2.5%. So right there off the bat, the government's screwing you, right? Because they're saying the cost of living is going up 2.5%, but then they hit you right the very first thing with the 6% increase in Medicare. And so they take that out, and then they require you to have Part D, which is for prescriptions. And if you don't pay it, you get, penalized every year. So I don't have any prescriptions. I mean, I take no medicine at all. I take a couple Advil when I overdo my back, working around the homestead. I might take a couple Advil or whatever, but I have no prescriptions. And so it's like I'm paying for something that I don't need yet, but I don't want to get penalized. The government screw you with penalties. So, I signed up for a Part D. And for 2024, that was $13, I think it's $13.30, so, $13, round numbers. So I had I signed up for Social Security. So 2024, I had my gross Social Security payment, and they took out the $174 for Part A. Part A is free. They took out the $174 for Part B, Medicare, and the $13 for Part D. And then I get the difference, just like having a job, and they, take out all the withholdings, and then you get your net pay at the end of the pay period. And I just figured I was good to go, right? I went to online and created my account, and I signed up and everything, and I figured, hey, I'm all good to go now. I'm done. I don't need to do anything else, right? Wrong. So, I'd gotten a couple notifications in my email, and again, it's like the sign-up period, but I figured, I'm good to go. I'm all signed up and everything. Well, it's, Thanksgiving weekend, and it's kind of slow around the homestead. So I jump online one evening, and I log into my Social Security account, and I'm checking things over, and I look at the information for 2025, and my payment's going down. Honest to gosh, my payment for 2025 is going to be less than what I'm getting in 2024. And it's like $12 less, okay? So I'm like, why is my payment going down? The cost of living adjustment is 2.5%. And yeah, Part B is going up $11, 6%. Why is my payment going down for next year? So, it's the government, right? Federal government. And it's a lot of rigmarole jumping around online. And I finally tracked it down that my Part D, which is covered by a private company, and I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but the big insurance companies, they supply the Part D coverage, and my coverage was $13 this year. In January, it's going to go up to $48, and I think it was 30 cents, same 30 cents. $13.30 to $48.30. That's a 200 and almost 70% increase. I mean, it's almost 4 times as much, because 13, if it doubled, it'd be 26. If it tripled, it'd be 39, and it's going up to $48. And I don't even have any prescriptions. I mean, how insane is that? So I'm like, well, that's crazy. So thankfully, it's like, November 30th in the open enrollment period, all those wonderful commercials that they bombard you with on television, where, and you're like, I don't care about this stuff. Well, you need to be thinking about it, because again, whether you're young and you don't even care about Social Security yet, or you're just starting to think about signing up, or you just signed up like me and you think everything's good to go, or even if you've been on it for years. Unfortunately, you can't just let it go. You've got to keep on your toes. And so I had to go to the marketplace and shop around, and I found a plan with another company that's like, $5 and change a month. I don't, 5 something, I don't remember what the change was, but it's just over $5. And it's got a high deductible, like a $600 deductible, but I don't have any prescriptions. So right now, and then next year, if things change, I can change to another plan. And so now I have to wait and see how things work out. But I'm assuming now my payment, since I'm changing my Part D from $48 to $5, 48 minus 5 is 43, and my payment was about $12 less. So I should be going up 30, 31 bucks a month, if my math in my head here is right. So that's the kind of things that you've got to think about. You got to keep on your toes, because the government is just, these companies, big companies, and the big government, they're going to try to take advantage of you, whether intentional or unintentional. And it's just like any of your other insurances. I signed up with this company and it was $13 a month, and I'm thinking I'm good to go, right? And that, sure, the next year there's going to be an increase or whatever, but just, and they never sent me a letter or anything like that. They're just going to increase my payment. And if I'd have waited till the open enrollment was gone past December 7th, if I'd have waited till, I'd have been stuck. I'd have had no choice but to pay all that, and I mean, $48 times 12 months, that's got to be somewhere around $600, $550, something like that, for something that I don't even need. It's just crazy. So, whether you're of Social Security age, you're just signed up, you're new to it, you've been on it a while, you're several years away from getting on it, these are the kinds of things that you got to keep on your toes with. Any of your other insurances, your house insurance, your car insurance, any of those, your medical insurance, you better be checking up and not letting them sneak in big giant increases on you. And oh boy, the sun's really coming up. It's supposed to warm up today a little bit, but we're still way below normal here. Thankfully, we're not in the Buffalo area where they're getting feet of snow. So I hope that you found this interesting. I hope it's, helps you out. And, again, you got to stay on your toes because the government, my payment with the cost of living increase of 2.5%, which is ridiculous because the Medicare part is going up 6% right off the top. And my payment next year in 2025 would have actually gone down if I hadn't caught the ridiculous increase in my Part D prescription coverage that I don't even use because I have no prescriptions at all. So I don't have my Freedom shirt on today because I got my jacket. But it's all about your freedom, right?